Hey guys, it's Loves to Loom here, and today I'll be showing you how to create my Wonderland bracelet. This bracelet is a reversible design. Here is the front side of it with the little circles going down, and then from the side view, it has that like twisting look effect if you switch the colors, which I think is super cool. You can definitely flip it over for this side as well, which I also like because it still has the twist look going down the back, and then it has like the knot look, and I actually have this upside down. There we go. So I think that looks super cool. Hopefully you guys do as well. I do just briefly want to give a shout out to Suzanne HB, also known as Crazy Just Might Work on Instagram. As you all know, I have been doing tutorials for her amazing designs, but I just want to give her name credits for the Wonderland name because she did recommend Alice in Wonderland based on the circles looking like her looking glass. But I just wanted to shorten it a little bit. So I still wanted to give credits to her for the name, so thank you for the inspiration. And without further ado, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you will need one loom, one C-clip, and your hook. For the loom setup, you want 2 bar pins aligned like so, and with the arrows facing the left direction. We will be working with these 3 pins here and this one in the front. For my band choice today, I will be using white, light pink, regular pink, purple, jelly, and turquoise. So a total of 5 different colors. To start laying the bands, we're actually going to start on the back too. And I'm going to start with white. I'm just going to lay the first one like that. And the next one is going to go right next to it from this pin to this pin, making sure they're both crossing like that. Pretty much like an infinity sign. Now we're going to add our next band going straight up, and I'm going to switch colors for this one. So I'm going to go to my pink, and I'm also twisting that one on as well. Now we need to add a cap band onto this bottom pin here. I'm going to use my purple. It has to go on 3 times, so it's a triple cap band. It doesn't matter how you get it on as long as it is looped around that pin 3 times. So you can use your fingers or your hook. Once you have that triple cap band on, we actually need to go down inside that cap band and loop the pink back to itself. So push that cap band out of the way, grab that pink, make sure you don't pull off your cap band, and just pull that forward. Just like that. I guess we don't really need to twist that pink, but it's a habit for my first layer. Once you've done that, we need to loop the whites back to themselves. So you can actually do it this way, or you can turn it around to loop them back to themselves. It just depends on what is easier for you. So I'm going to do it this way. Now you can go in this way, or you can actually just go in right here, which I think is easier because if you put your hook in here, you can see that band there, and you can just pull it up like that. And you just got to bring that to the right, and then going back in that same spot and pushing over a little, you grab the left band and just bring that over. So it should look like that. Push them down. We're going to go ahead and lay our next set of bands. I'm going to switch to my teal. So I'm going to do one going to the upper right and one going to the upper left. Like so. Now we need 2 cap bands on these 2 top pins here. I'm going to just fix my zoom a little bit. So we need 2 cap bands once again on those 2 pins. So I am going to use pale pink for those. And these also need to be triple capped. So make sure they are wrapped around 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. And sorry about my hand getting in the way. So now that we have those capped, we need to go into these cap bands and bring them down to here. So you can once again turn your loom around if you want, or you can do it from this direction, whichever is easier for you. Just go inside that cap band, grabbing that top turquoise band, and you're going to bring it back down like that. Going to the upper left, we're going inside that cap band, grabbing the very top band and bringing that down like that. So if your loom looks like that, we're going to do our next step. We have to go inside all those turquoise bands that we just brought down. So we need to move all of these cap bands out of the way, and we're going to grab the cap band underneath, which is triple cap, so it may be a little tight since there's 3 of them. But go in there, make sure you don't pull any of your turquoise off. Grab that cap band, and we're going to actually bring it forward like that onto the pin in front of it. So I know it's a little bit awkward, but I promise you do get used to it once you do it a couple times. So that's what it should look like. Once you put your cap band on that front pin, we now need to, I'm going to just tilt my loom, we need to bring this band that's on the bottom up and over this pin here. So just grab that pink back there, and you're just going to bring it up and over and into the middle like that. So it should be there. Once you do that, just push your bands down a little bit, and we're actually just going to release all the bands on this pin. So just put your hook in and release all of them like that. They're all tied into these bands, so they will not come loose if you did the looping correctly. So now that we've done that, we're actually going to loop the bottom bands, which are back here, so it's kind of hard to see. There's white bands back here. You just need to bring those bottom bands up and over. So there should be 2 of them on each side. So just bring those up and over. Like that. So now we're going to actually start that all over again. So starting with our white, we're going to lay 2 horizontal bands, like so. And now we're going to lay our vertical band. And now we need our triple cap band on this pin here. So triple cap that. Sorry about my hands getting in the way for a moment. And now that we put our cap band, we're going to go inside that purple cap band, and we're going to loop the pink back forward, back to itself, like that. Now once again, we're going to go inside this pink cap band and grab these whites and bring one to the right and the bottom to the left. So just push the cap band out of the way, grab the top layer, bring that to the right. Going inside the cap band, I like to go in right here, it's easier to grab it, and just bring that to the left, like so. Now we are going to actually bring this purple one up and over this pink one. So just grab that purple band, make sure you grab all of them because there are 3 of them, and you're going to just bring it over and release it in the middle like you did the last time with the pink. So it should be gone now. It should be in the middle there. And now we're going to loop the underneath up and over back here, which are pink going over white. So there should be those cap bands coming up and over like that. Now we can go ahead and add on our next bands, which is going to be our teal, our diagonal bands. Once you keep doing this, you'll definitely get the hang of it. It's a little tricky at first because there's quite a few steps, but I promise you'll get used to it. So now that we've added our diagonal bands, we need to do our top cap bands here, which I'm going to be using pale pink, and they need to be wrapped 3 times. And now we're going to go in the cap bands and bring the bands back down to the middle. So push all those bands out of the way and bring the band back down. Doing the same on the left side. Getting through all 3 of those bands and then bringing it down. Like that. Now we're going to go in this cap band, grabbing the purple and looping the purple to the front. So got to get through all those cap bands. It may be a little snug. Grab the purple. And I like to pull up on it a little bit and then go forward with it. You can use your finger to help you get it back on the pin because it is a cap band, so it is a little tight. Just like that. And now we're going to bring this pink over this white. So just grab the two bottom pink bands. Sorry for bumping my camera. I'm going to turn it around because that's a little awkward. So grab the two bottom pinks and just bring it over that purple like that. This actually is easier. I think I'm going to keep turning it around because now I can see better to loop also. So now we're going to grab the two bottom bands and just bring them up and over on both sides. Like that. Now turn your loom back around. And we're going to release these bands right here in the middle. So just pop them off of your pin. And there you go. Like I said before, they are secure. You don't have to worry about them going anywhere. So we're going to start that all over again. So it's kind of like a two-step process each layer. So we're going to layer two horizontal whites like that. Our pink is going to go forward. Now we need to add that triple cap band on this pin here. Just make sure it's wrapped 3 times. Once you have your triple cap band laid, go inside that pin, push the cap band out of the way, grab hold of that band, and pull it forward. Like so. Now we're going to go inside this cap band, grabbing the first band on top, which is my white. And I'm going to pull that to the right. Going back in that pink, I'm going to grab the next top band, which is my white, going to the left. So it should look like that again. I'm going to turn my loom around. And we're going to bring this purple up and over. Like that. And now we're going to once again bring the bottoms up and over. But this time it's cap bands. So it's a little tighter. Just bring that whole bottom up and over. Like that. Push those down, turn your loom back around, and we're going to do that all over again. Starting with my white, laying the two horizontal bands. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? Sorry about that, guys. Now we actually need to do the second step, which is laying our diagonal bands. Excuse me, I apologize about that. So after you loop those and turn it around, grab the color you're going to be laying your diagonal bands, one to the right and one to the left. Now we need to add on our cap bands to the top right corners, wrapping them 3 times. And now we're going to go in the cap bands and loop the top band, which is turquoise, back to itself. Same thing on the left side. Bringing it down. Now we're going to go inside all these bands again, grabbing the very bottom, which is our purple cap band. Pull up on it, bring it forward, and reapply it to that pin there. Now we're going to turn our loom around again and bring the bottom up and over on all of the pins, which is 2 bands. Just like that. Push them down. Turn your loom around. And we're going to release the middle here. So just pop them off the pin. Push down. It may start getting a little squished in here in the middle. You can use the back of your hook and just kind of push it down in there. so it's not all squished. If it's long enough to grab through the bottom, you can do that. And just pull it a little bit. Just so it doesn't get all squished. Okay, so another way to know, like how I almost messed up and forgot to do the second part, is to remember the very last thing you should do before you start all over for the next layer. The very last thing you should be doing is releasing this. Those turquoise, you release it, and then you start all over again. So now we're going to go back to the beginning, now laying my white again. So my 2 horizontal, and then my 1 vertical. So basically you're making that T shape. And then now we need that cap band on the bottom here again. Triple capped. Oh. I try not to get my hand in the way, but it's kind of impossible. So I do apologize. So go into that triple cap band, grabbing that bottom band and bringing it forward. Now we need to loop our white. So go back inside the cap band. Well, inside the top cap, which are my pinks. Grab the white, bring it to the right, and do the same on the left side. Like so. I'm going to turn my loom around. We're going to bring the bottoms up and over on all of the pins. I like to always start on the middle here. So grab that purple and bring it up and over like that. And now we can bring the sides up and over as well. Just like that. Push it down, turn your loom around. Now we're going to go ahead and do the second step. So going back to our diagonal bands, lay one up to the right and one to the left. If you feel that you've caught on already, you can certainly fast forward for my instructions on how to close it up. If not, you can certainly just stay here with me. I just want to be sure that everyone knows how to make this bracelet. So now, once again, we need to add on our triple cap bands on the corners. Now go inside those cap bands and loop the turquoise back to itself. Like so. Now we're going to go inside all the turquoise once again and grab that cap band from the inside. Pull up on it and reapply that band onto the front pin here. Like that. Turn your loom around. And we're going to loop all the bottoms up and over. So if you forget whether you should be turning it around and looping or laying new bands or the next step, all you have to do is look. If there's any underneath, you know that it needs to be looped up and over, because every time you go to start laying new bands, there should be none underneath that need to come up. So turn that around. Hopefully that made sense. And we're going to release the middle. So I'm just going to pull on my bracelet. And if it looks funny or one side looks better or cleaner than the other side, don't worry, because at the end we'll give it a nice tug and make sure that everything is falling into place. But you can see it starting to form. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 more times, just to make sure everyone is on the same page with making this design, and then I'll go off camera to finish it. But I am going to just do it silently for a moment. Sorry about that, guys. I almost lost my cap band there, so just make sure you don't lose your cap band. If you do, you will just have to reapply all the bands again on that pin that you were doing. Okay, so I feel like I have done it enough to where you guys probably are well aware of how to make this bracelet. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and finish up the length of it, and then I will come back and show you guys how to close it up. If you need a little more help, please feel free to go ahead and rewind it to watch the previous instructions. I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so I did go ahead and finish up the length of my bracelet. So now we can go ahead and get it closed up together. But first I just want to make sure that we are all at the same starting point to close it. Basically, I'm just at the step where I would start my next layer. So the very last thing that I did was removed my bands from here, releasing them. So after we do that, the only bands that we have left are on this front row. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my loom around so you can see what I'm doing. So we have our cap bands here on the two sides, and then we have the one cap band here in the middle. So we're just going to actually stretch one single band across all three of these pins, like so. And now all we're going to do is bring the bottoms up and over on each one of these pins here. So just go under and bring it up. Bring this middle one up and over that pin, and bring the right side up and over as well. And you can just pull on your bracelet a little bit so it comes down a little bit. And now we're just going to bring these two ends into the middle. So just carefully remove that from the pin and bring that to the middle, and do the same to the right side. Like so. And this is actually where we're going to attach our C-clip. So just slide your hook down in there, grab your C-clip, and pop it on. You can always take it off and do it on the hook if that's easier. Slide it out of your loom. Give it a little tug. I like to stretch it out. What I also like to do is sometimes they may be a little uneven. So I just kind of going from the back side, I just put my fingers like on the sides here, and I just kind of stretch it a little bit. It just helps everything get a little bit even, and if anything is loose, like in the middles here, it just helps tighten that up. So just go around your bracelet, do all the tugging and pulling you need to, just to kind of get everything where it should be. I think it came out really cute. Then you go around to the other side. Let's see. Locate your C-clip. On this side, there is a bunch of different bands sticking out. I'm just going to grab the end of my turquoise here and just clip it onto there. And voila. If you want it looser or tighter, you can just grab some more of those turquoise bands or whatever band color you have there, and just add them to your clip, and there, it's nice and tight. Just zoom out. So there you have my completed Wonderland bracelet. I just think it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like it has like the circles or the O's in the front. So hopefully you guys like it. I know I do. And then of course the reverse side, which I think is cool as well. My focus is not very good. There we go. So yeah. Once again, this is called the Wonderland bracelet. I did create this on my own. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button below if you have not done so already. You can check me out on Instagram at Loves2Loom. And I cannot wait to see you at my next tutorial. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!